Everybody welcome Liquor Girl when she dropping. She taking on the world when the topics. This girl is a problem.
Yeah.
Hit that like button if you feeling that. Show her some respect, she gon' send it back. Everybody welcome Liquor Girl when she dropping. She taking on the world when the topics. This girl is a problem.
Yep.
Hit the like button if you feeling that. Show her some respect, she gon' send it back. Facts.
Representing Lakers World Order.
Laker Girl 36. Salute everybody. This is your girl, Laker Girl. If you guys are new, please hit that subscribe button and like button. Welcome to tonight's show. Welcome, Dom. How are you?
I am good. Thank you for having me. It is truly an honor. And as a fellow Laker fan, I am glad to be here.
Glad to have you.
Thank you.
So we are going to go over the Lakers schedule. Have you got a chance to look at it yet?
I have not. I am not going to lie. The last 2 weeks, I have been consumed with some other things, so I have not kept up on anything Lake Show based in the last 2 weeks. But that's all right, because this week I am back on it full time.
Yes. I kind of glanced over the schedule a little bit. I have the schedule right here in front of me.
Okay.
Yes. So we kick off the season October 21st, and that is against Golden State, and that is a home game. That is the first game.
Okay. That's a way to kick off the season, that is for sure.
Yes, it's the home game, LeBron against Curry.
All right.
Yes.
Two of the GOATs.
Yes, absolutely. Two of the GOATs. Yes. So what do you look forward to? What do you look forward to this upcoming Lakers season?
Of course, I look forward to LeBron, but I look forward to some of our returning and supporting cast as well. I look forward to Reeves. I look forward to, correct me if I'm wrong, we got Jackson Hayes back, right?
Yes.
Okay. I definitely look forward to him. He is a favorite of mine personally. He's very talented. He has also grown in just his court vision and his awareness of what's going on. And so I really look to see him develop even more. And I would love to see him become a staple in the lineup. You know, that's not to shortchange Rui at all. I'm a huge fan of Rui, but I love Jackson Hayes' game. Like, I love his game personally. I'm also looking forward to just see this shift. And I don't say that in a negative way, but just the further dynamic of Luka and LeBron. And of course, you know, as it has been said throughout the entire summer, and just more so in the recent months, you know, the Lakers looking to build around Luka. And, you know, as they say, the LeBron era being over. But I look forward to see that dynamic because he still has so much to give, just in the realm of his basketball IQ and his leadership and even coaching. So I look forward to see what Luka can take from that and, you know, what these boys can build. So I'm excited.
Yes. I'm excited too. Yes. Yes. Also, we have a new additions. I don't know if you heard, but we signed Marcus Smart, and then we have DeAndre Ayton. Welcome everybody that's tuning in. Please hit that like button.
Yes, I did see the addition of Marcus Smart. I do love that. One thing about me, I give credit where credit is due, and that Boston team that he was a part of, they did their thing, and so I'm definitely a fan of him. You know, in his game. He's a diehard basketball guy. Not just a player, but he really loves the game, and he doesn't mind diving for the ball and things like that. He doesn't mind getting physical. So I think that'll definitely add to the dynamic and the dexterity of the team as far as us being a physical team as well. Because I think that's one thing um, that we may be lacking a little bit right now. No more AD, of course. Of course, we have Luka, but just that physicality, and that's something that I look forward to Jackson Hayes. So, yeah, who else did we pick up?
Um, and then we have, let me see, let me look at the roster and to see who else we have. We have Jake LaRavia. And then we have from the draft. Dua Piero from the NBA draft.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at that right. I have a question for you. How do you think? Because I forgot we did pick up DeAndre Ayton. So how do you think that's going to add to us, especially our big man roster?
I think that is going to be a perfect fit. Honestly, I see him starting at center.
Yeah,
I'm
me too.
excited to yes, I'm excited to have him on the team. Hopefully he can get some minutes.
Yeah. I'm excited because I also forgot we picked up Marquise Morris and excuse me, Markeith Morris, and so that's some more veteran leadership. That you can pair, um, with the likes of Marcus Smart. Um, I could never say his name right. I could never say his name right. Dalton's last name, but we got him as well. Of course, we got Vanderbilt back as well. So um, Gabe Vincent, I like his game. I would love to see him develop furthermore into, a crazy sharpshooter. That might not be his game in totality, but I would love to see him come off and hit some more of those shots. So,
Yeah, actually, we do not have the Morris brother on the roster no more. He got waived.
oh snap!
Yes, he's not a Laker no more.
Oh snap!
Yeah. Mm,
Well, it happened. It is a business.
yes, it is a business at the end of the day. Yes.
Um, So, what do you think about Bronny? What do you think we'll get from Bronny this year? One thing I can say about I've been watching him in summer league.
I think we're going to get a more aggressive Ronnie for this season, and I believe he's going to be a part of the Lakers' rotation minutes.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm excited to see that, and I agree, especially just watching him go further in the summer league and be more aggressive. And I think I was watching an episode of Gills the other day, and I didn't watch it completely, but they were talking about Bronny and his trigger, and that was one of the things that was brought up was his aggressiveness and his confidence and comfortability. Not just, of course, we know he can drive, but just in defense with the ball. So I'm excited for him. Because everybody want to throw out nepotism. I'm excited for him.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited too. So, what are you expecting from Luca this season?
The obvious, of course, Luka step up um, and take the reins. Do I feel like he's gonna take the reins completely in totality? Not straight out the gate. Maybe a quarter way into the season. And again, I think that's gonna depend upon that dynamic between him and LeBron. But we have experience. We have experienced guys coming back. Really, we got AR-15, of course, um, Jackson, and Alex Lynn, excuse me.
Yes, Alex Lynn.
Yeah. So, but however they can cultivate the dynamic, I believe they're going to do it to the strength of Luca, but also with the experience of LeBron. And so, I think for Luca, just seeing how he plays and just how he operates and his mentality, I think for him is not his ability to step and do it because obviously he hasn't. He's always had that. But as far as how far he'll go, and just takeover game or the takeover experience of Luca, I think that's going to be dependent upon the foundation that's built with the team and just that chemistry. So, but I expect Luca to go far. I look forward to more towards the middle or back half of the season, to really see the Lakers shake the league up. That's what I would really like, you know.
Mhm.
But I would like to see Luca, commanding a, mid 30s to mid 40s, game, and boom, and then, you know, LeBron comes in, and we all know LeBron is going to be LeBron, so. But
Yes. I think me honestly, I think Luke was going to have a big breakout season this season, and I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what he does for the Lakers, and I'm glad that he did sign his extension and he's not going nowhere.
yes, yes, I think uh, I think we could see Luca. Of course, he's nowhere near finishing his career, but I think that we can see Luca. He may be the next individual to come into the Lakers and be a long time Laker.
Yes, I totally agree.
So he looks great. Lost a ton of weight. Is out for revenge, and he definitely has something to say. And so I want to see a breakout year from him too.
Yes. Is there anything special that you're expecting from LeBron this season?
Uh, a ring.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
not gonna lie, as a OG and avid LeBron fan, I want to see Bron get another ring. And of course, he doesn't have anything to prove to anyone, but I want to see him get another ring so he can just shut the haters up. And of course, the birds will keep chirping, right? But I want to
Mhm.
see him get another ring so he can shut the haters up. Secondly, I want to see more of him and Bronny playing together. I would love to see some lobs, between him and Bronny. Bronny throwing him one, and vice versa. I would love to see, um, yeah, that. I mean, shoot. But I think most of all, I would love to see just how he orchestrates or helps to facilitate a better team and a smoother transition and flow with all of the players. For me, is seeing him take on that leadership role that we know that he can do. We've seen it time and time again, with Kyrie, and even with D Wade stepping back and letting him come in and even having to learn. Um, we've seen it in every stage of his career, even his earlier years in Cleveland, where he was still learning how to do things. We've seen him take that. So I would love to see that. Even if we see a point deduction in LeBron, right?
Yes.
even if we see him drop down to averaging 20 points a game, we know for a fact that's still going to be backed up with an average of probably 3 blocks. It'll still look like something like 28 and 6 and 3. He's going to get a bunch of assists, rebounds and so on and so forth. But what he can give to this roster, what he can give to these guys, and the guys who already trust him, of course, that's self-explanatory. But with the new guys we got coming in, like, and of course, I'm not shortchanging JJ Redick at all. Huge fan of JJ Redick. I loved him as a player, and he's a player's coach, so that makes him even that much more better. And then him already having had an established relationship with LeBron personally just makes it better. But I'm looking forward to see the physical manifestation of LeBron's IQ, in conjunction with JJ Redick. So I want to see how he does that. Like I said, if we see a decrease in points this year, or we see him slow down, like what more does the man have to give and offer to us?
Yes. I'm looking for another great coaching from JJ Redick this season.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you feel like this team that we currently have with JJ Redick, do you feel like this team is championship contender material?
Absolutely. I feel like this team can be championship material for the Lakers. I believe in it. I believe purple and gold all day, and I believe.
I'm right there with you. Even though people will talk, I'm right there with you.
Yes, people will talk, but like I said, I stand 10 toes down. I believe purple and gold all day.
Yes. So my next question I would ask you: how do you feel about the league as a whole, as far as the changes, the pickups, the waivers of players? We've seen some, huge changes with teams and leadership and players. What do you think about that as far as we are concerned? The challenges, of course, because I think, for example, I use this as an example. I think if you count Golden State out of the
Mhm.
playoffs, I think that to be unwise. Steph Curry has proven time and time again that he still has what it takes. I still feel like Draymond has some more in the tank. But just to use that as an example, I guess I would rephrase my question or reframe it and say, who do you feel like our greatest competitors are, that can stand in our way?
Honestly, the only team I could see standing our way is OKC, but I don't fear nobody.
Yeah.
I don't fear nobody or no team.
Yeah, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. We sit at number 3 or 4 in the standings for the Western Conference.
Yes, we was number 3 last. We was number 3 last season.
Okay. Times
Yeah.
have changed.
So what? So what do you what seed do you see the Lakers being in this upcoming season?
You said, what team do I see?
Oh no, what seed?
Oh, what seed?
Yes.
Let me think. Just in the Western Conference Finals.
No, it could be East. It could be East too.
Hmm. I'm gonna think real good. I don't want to get clowned for my answer. Um, hmm. I think given the status of a lot of the other contending teams, there are a couple teams I'm not sure about specifically, like the Rockets, um, the Suns. I know some changes over there. But teams that I think about are like the Knicks, Cleveland, of course, Boston. I think about the Bucks as well. I know there were some changes in the Heat. Of course, you can't forget OKC, and I think about the Nuggets. Of course, being a Lakers fan, and the Grizzlies. But I think amongst all of those teams, and Dallas, of course, I think amongst all of those teams, and the players, and some of the players' game, current health standings, and so on and so forth. I think overall, between the East and the Western Conference, the Western Conference, I definitely see us like number three. Like you know, we especially with the team that we have now, and then you know, but I'll say this: I see us top five.
Yes.
Once we get the wheels spinning, and when we first starting out, I see it's top five. But I think once we get the wheels spinning and we get everything going, I think we're going to shoot straight up there. Will we have to contend with the likes of OKC? Yes, I think we will. I think another team to look out for, if they can lock in, would be the Mavericks. Of course, you have the Nuggets, but I think the Nuggets got exposed last year. I'm not gonna lie. I think they had some weaknesses exposed last year. I think Cleveland isn't done by a long shot, and I think the Celtics still have that championship desire and fire. The Knicks are going to be the Knicks. No shade to them, but if we're challenged by anybody, in my personal opinion, it will be those teams. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did I hear right? Did Dame Lillard went back to Portland, right?
Yes. He did.
Now, I will say, if they form up a good roster, if they finally do right by him, then um, I could see some things happening that way for sure. But no, I'm definitely going. Like I said, when we first coming out the gate, top five for sure. But when we get the wheel spinning and that chemistry locks in, we're dangerous because now we have a fully rounded out team. And not only do we have a fully rounded out team, but we have a diversified bench. We have a diversified first string, and so on and so forth. So, for instance, LeBron won't have to play center if he don't want to.
Yes.
Although those 5 games he did, like I would love to see. I would love to see that again. But yeah.
Yes. Welcome to the show, Brother Major. How are you?
Salute, sis. Salute, panel. I appreciate you having me up here. Please hit that like button. Subscribe to Lil Sis channel, Laker Girl 36. Y'all know what to do.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Major, you want to go ahead and put your take in this conversation? Have you looked at the Lakers schedule?
Me and DJ had went over it on his channel a couple of days ago, but I haven't looked over it in detail myself. But I could give you where I think we might fall in the West and where we might fall overall in the NBA overall, both coasts. I'm still sticking with number 3. And the reason why I say that is because I know the West has gotten slightly better. The West is kind of stacked every year. And not all the teams have gotten better, and a few have gotten marginally better. Some have gotten, extremely better. And some would just carry over from what they had this past season. but I know we most matter of factly have gotten better. And the reason why I'm keeping us at 3 and not going any higher is because you got to deal with a healthy Dallas, AD coming back. Kyrie's coming back sooner than people think he is. So Dallas is going to be something to be reckoned with. They got a couple bigs over there that can protect the paint and that can score down there, get blocks and rebounds and stuff like that. And play some defense. So they're going to be dangerous. Denver is who they are. I expect OKC to come back and do what they're supposed to do, reigning defending champs. So I don't expect them to take their foot off the gas with their young core that they have there. I'm not really worried about Houston and the Suns, but I also don't put nothing past them. I don't want to underestimate them, or even the Spurs with what's the guy, De'Aaron Fox coming back, and then Wemby coming back from the blood clot thing, whatever the case. So I'm not gonna throw the baby out the bathwater with them. So that's why I'm gonna keep us at 3, even though I do believe that we're a better team, even if ever so slightly, than we were this past season. So I'll keep us at 3. Now, overall in the NBA, I'll definitely give us within the top 10 of 32 teams. As far as the team with the best record overall, both coasts. So I'll definitely give us top 10. I'll even move to say we might fall 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what the other guys do or whatever the case. So that, and I'm going for a max record of 55 and 27 wins. We had 50 wins, 32 losses this past season. I pretty much called that. I said we'd fall about 50 wins because we did 47 the year before that, and we got slightly better then. So we won. No, we had 48, I believe. So we won 2 more games than we did the year before. And since I believe we've gotten better this year, of this season coming into the 2026 season, I do believe we've gotten slightly better at least. So I don't put it past the realm of possibility that we can go 55 wins this time. At best. At best. And I'm being very generous. I could say we can push 60 off. But I'm just going to be a little modest and say 55 and 27 at best, and at worst, 52 and 30 will be the record for this season coming up.
Great take.
Appreciate it.
Anytime. Welcome, preacher man. How are you?
Salute, Laker girls, salute Major Level Entertainment, salute everybody. Sorry to be late. Man. I had my kids, had to put my kids to bed.
What it do?
I apologize.
Oh, you know how that go, man. When you're a father, I know how that go. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Salute.
Yes, sir.
So what is the Laker girl? Hit me up with what the topic is.
Well, we were just going over the NBA schedule, and we're just giving our takes of this season.
Oh, okay. Well, I would say the season, sky's the limit. I feel like, again, and I discussed with Major on a different podcast with DJ. Lakers are 5, salute. But what we accomplished last year, and to do it without a major center, was big. I mean, we didn't even have a major center. I mean, we had Jackson Hayes as our dominant center, and to do something like that was extraordinary. Because if you think about every team in the NBA, I would say other than the Warriors, because they had Looney. Looney wasn't, Looney was just a filling guy. He filled in the pockets. He gave them what they needed, rebounding, 10 and 10 guy, maybe a block a game, rebound here, rebound there. He fit Golden State, right? But every other team had a actual center that could give them something other than the Lakers. Jackson Hayes is not a starting center in the NBA. He's not. He's an athletic young center who can be athletic, but he's not a center that you're going to say, oh, if you plug him, he can start. and we were able to manage, our bigs at center with Jackson Hayes, and then when Luca came, we were able to run. And even when Luca was out, when we beat those again, we beat those major teams that we beat: Boston, New York, Minnesota. We beat all these playoff teams. They were just throwing shade at us, and we stepped up. We beat these teams, and so possibly I think I see us in second place. I see, because the simple fact of what we did last year. Some people say, "Well, how you gonna say that?" Because they got better. Teams got better. Teams like, yeah, Denver got better with Bruce Brown and Johnson and Hardaway Jr. But those are the only additions that you could say. But how good does that make Denver? Because they still have to click, right? They got to go to training camp. They got to learn each other, how each other plays off one another. They still have to learn how to play off each other. And so, we can't just say, "Oh, well, Denver's going to be good," right? We can't say that. I know everybody's saying, no, now you can say the champions, Oklahoma City Thunder, but you can't say that even Houston. How good really is Houston going to be? Because they got beat by I think Golden State. Did Golden State beat them last year?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. So now check this out. I'm about to prove a point. Golden State is an aging team. Think about it. Jimmy Butler's 30 something, middle 30s, right? Curry's like 37, running at 36, 37, right? You had you know, Draymond Green, and they were able to beat that young team. That young team should have ran them out the gym. I mean, if you really think about it, that young team was more athletic. They had, Sangoon, right? I
Hmm.
mean, they had everything. But yet the Warriors, because based on their experience, was able to beat the Houston Rockets. And so and then they added Kevin Durant, they gave him that veteran presence, right? And they added Clint Capella and Dorian Finney-Smith from our Lakers, but he's coming off an injury, so he's rehabbing. He's getting, he's got to, you know, but how good are they going to be? And they're going, Kevin Durant come in, they plug him. So, what we got to look at is how good Houston's going to be. Houston might get that third place. I see us in second. I see us getting better. I see us getting better because of Aiton. We gotten better, I think, defensively because of what we did last year. To do what we did last year, and not really known as, I mean, we Dorian Finney-Smith, yeah, but now we got Marcus Smart. We got he's not a dog. He's a wolf. He's a werewolf. Marcus Smart is going to scare a lot of offensive players because they know they got to go up against him. And then we got Jake LaRavia, who is a 6'8", 230, 235 young stud. And we got Theo. He's 6'8", 240, athletic, up there kissing the rim. So we've gotten more young. We've got our defense, I feel, is going to be better. We still got Rui. So we're going to be running teams out the gym. Luca's in shape. I mean, just think about it. They rated us top 10. They disrespect. You know why they do that to the Lakers? Because they know we're the 17-time NBA champions. We think about it. Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain, all these legends that the Lakers have had over the years. Teams don't like that. It's kind of like, the Lakers think they're better than everybody. No, it's just that, when you're the best, everybody has to get in line. And so I just see us, LeBron, and I just see, like, I think we're going to be in second place. I really do. Every position that we have, unless we make a trade, I think around December and in between December and February. We just signed Kelly, that center Kelly. at 7'1", 7 foot, and he was in the G League balling, I think, last year. So we have to look at all that facets, and I think that we're second place is sky's the limit for us. Championship every year for the Lakers is championship or bust for us, and so Laker girl, Major and panel. You know I think if we don't win a championship, I don't think that LeBron's going to retire because people say, well, if we don't win a championship, LeBron's going to retire. No, I don't see that. And then there was a rumor about Golden State, about him inquiring about Curry, inquiring about Golden State. So I don't see him to Golden State, because for him to go to Golden State, and then they said we'll trade Jimmy Butler. I don't see that. I don't see them trading for, because if he goes and the player has to leave, they have no center. Why would LeBron go to Golden State and even if they get Al Horford, they're not going to have no defense. They're not going to have no center position. Their defense is going to be challenged. So LeBron he's going to stay where his chances are high in winning the championship, and that's LA. And I think we're going to be, I would say, close to a 60-win team like Major. I think we're going to be close to a 60-win team. Second place, I think we're going to be second seed. A lot of ESPN and all the sports, you know, uh, um, channels and different are not really ranking as high, like Las Vegas odds. They ranked as 10.
Mhm.
Then they also, Laker girl, they ranked us which team to implode, which means, I don't know if you've seen that, Laker girl.
No, I didn't see it.
They said, which team do you think that is going to implode, which means which team that you think that is going to fall apart. And it was the Lakers.
What
They
were we?
had say it again.
No, I was going to ask you, what did they have us ranked as?
A 10, top 10,
That's
top
crazy.
10 to, yeah, odds for win championship. But
That's
they
crazy.
also had us as a team that is going to fall apart if we don't win a championship. And I don't see that. We're young. We got Laravia, we got Theo, Bronny James. We're young. Aiton's young, and if LeBron, even if he retires in the next 2 years, we still got Aiton. Aiton's not gonna go nowhere. I think we're gonna keep Aiton. Then we'll figure out Austin Reeves. He'll probably stay, but it's all in the making for a championship team, because we accomplished. And I know people say, man, why you keep talking about that? But we accomplished what we did last year, where we didn't have no dominant center. Luca was overweight. We went, yeah, we got beat. LeBron was probably the best defensive player we had in the team. It was supposed to be Dorian Finney-Smith, but he had that ankle injury, and he just didn't, you know. But now we got Marcus Smart. They said he's back in the Boston playing shape. So I feel sorry for the league. I really do. So, okay, so Bandwidth said, what are you talking about? Preach. The Lakers got new additions too. Yeah, that's what I said. How come you ain't saying what he said? I talked about Aiton. I talked about Jake LaRavia. And I understand that the Denver Nuggets got Jokic. Yes, they got Murray. They got all these additions. And we beat them last year with less additions on our team. And I understand they got Johnson and they got Hardaway. But Hardaway's very, very, very streaky. He's very up and down. That's been his whole career. When he was with Dallas, when he was with his probably he played better with Detroit till he got that injury. But Hardaway Jr. has been very up and down, shooting the three. That's why he's a traveler. He's a traveler. He's one of those players that's a traveler. And when you're up and down like that, you're streaky. You can be a great addition to a team. Laker girl, you're gonna be a piece to a team. And so
Yeah.
now he's a piece. He's a piece to Denver, to the Denver Nuggets. And so I mentioned Denver's core. But I still think we got them because they got to learn how to play together. People understand that. They said, man, they got all these players, but they have to learn to play with each other. And we were able to beat them last year with less. Now we got more. Luka handled Denver by himself. Luka is the Denver killer. That's what I call him. You feel me? They
Yeah.
don't like Luka. So I'm not worried about Denver. Okay, we're gonna sit here and talk about Denver all day. Look. So but I do
I
feel
think
like
that's one thing.
say it again.
I was gonna say I think that's one thing that people they underestimate. You know, the summer isn't enough time for players to come together and get all of the kinks, straightened out. You have to build that camaraderie and that chemistry, not only in the floor but also in the locker room, and it plays a difference. And then to the point that you made about Denver, like I was telling Lakers earlier, Denver got exposed last year. Their weaknesses got made plain. And so I definitely agree with you on that in that facet, and especially with the team that we have now. We have so much room. There's so much room for exponential growth. It's not just potential. The reality of it's there. So people are going to see it manifest.
Welcome, DJ brother.
Yeah.
It's good to have you on the panel. You're welcome to jump in the conversation.
All right, I'll be listening and I'll jump in when I can.
Okay.
What's going on, brothers? Preacher man, I see you. Who's that at the top right?
That's Dom Lee. He's new.
Good to meet
What's
you,
your name,
sir.
Dominique?
Dom Lee.
Dom Lee. What's happening, brother?
Yes, sir. Another beautiful day in the land of the living.
Yeah, DJ.
Yes,
we're just talking about the schedule, and we were just talking about what predictions do we think the Lakers are going to be this season, and what Lakers need to do to win championship.
Oh, okay. Right on. Well, yeah, I'll hop in. I don't want to interrupt, so I'll hop in.
Oh no, go. You're not interrupting anybody.
Right on. Well, I mean, I think I've said it before, but I think the Lakers roster currently constructed right now is decent. I think definitely we can compete. You know what I'm saying? I think obviously the West has gotten better in my opinion. As far as some teams making their adjustments, some teams didn't. Some teams didn't make any moves this offseason. I mean, you look at the Warriors. I don't think they made any type of move. The Wolves didn't make any type of moves either. So you got a couple teams that didn't make any moves at all, and so I think they just stand in pat. And they were still good. Don't get me wrong, but I think because other teams like Denver made moves, Houston made moves as well. The Lakers, of course, made moves. I think, and then of course the Clippers they did a little something. So I think the teams that did make moves, they're gonna be maybe overwhelming a little bit when it comes down to the Warriors and the Wolves. So I think they may find themselves at the bottom of the like the ranking or the playoffs, should I say, like the probably like the 8, 7, 8, 9, somewhere around there. And then you gotta look at the Pelicans. Them fools, they were injured all last year, so we don't even know how good they're gonna be. I mean, they may come back and look pretty good, you know what I'm saying? And so we gotta wait and see at that. But I think the Lakers' new additions with Ayton, because last year we did pretty good without a center for most second half of the season. So now adding Ayton, I think that's going to make a big difference for the Lakers. Just adding Ayton alone, and then of course Marcus Smart. We know how much of a dog he can be, and hopefully Marcus Smart can put some points on the board and not just be good on defense like freaking Gabe Vincent.
Yes,
that's all Gabe Vincent was doing, man. Just running around playing some defense and getting zeros on the stat board.
Yes. So DJ, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think the Lakers are done making moves, or is the roster? Do you think the Lakers are done making moves, or do you think the roster is set?
Preacher man, what's happening, man? I think right now, I think the roster's set right now. I don't think anything's gonna happen before the season start. But by the trade deadline, again, I'm gonna be shocked again if Gabe Vincent is still on this damn team.
I agree. Like I be saying, I want Gabe Vincent, aka Shamar, going off the Lakers. He need to go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just like, man, come on, man. He hasn't. He's been here 2 years and he hasn't shown me anything yet. You know, so and I gave him a pass his first year because he was injured almost pretty much the whole year. So I gave him a pass. And then so this year, or not this year, but last year when he came in super healthy, I was like, okay, let's see what you can do. And he gave me zeros all the way across the board on most nights. And I'm like, oh my God, come on, Gabe Vincent. And I was rooting. I'm always gonna root for anybody on my team. You know what I mean? I'm rooting for Gabe. I'm over here watching the games. Come on, Gabe Vincent, knock down that three. Nope, damn it. And then you look at the freaking stats after the game because we read the stats after the game, after every game. And then all of a sudden you read Gabe Vincent's stat line and it's 18 minutes, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 of 6, or no, because he got 0 of 4, 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the hell? You can't even get to the free throw line? What is going on? So yeah, again, I'll be shocked if he's still there after the trade deadline. But another move I think we should make, and hopefully we do, is a backup center. I mean, Jackson Hayes is cool, you know what I'm saying, but I don't know. I want a more valuable backup center. I don't want to put all the burden on DeAndre Ayton like that. So hopefully we can trade. Hopefully there's a big combination. And you never know. Maxi Kleber has been in the weight room, so he's been getting his body right. You know what I mean? So you never know. Maybe he'll come back this season and play a little center for us, and then he might be decent. You never know. That fool might be coming in, knocking down a couple threes here and there. Grabbing about averaging 6-7 rebounds. Coming off the bench. Hey, that's decent.
Yeah, he might. You never know.
Yeah, and he might be our backup center.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, and I'll be cool with that. You know what I mean? I won't have no problem with that. My thing is, I just look at our backup. I look at our backup center right now, Jackson Hayes, man, and Jackson Hayes he didn't get. There was a reason why. There's a reason why freaking JJ Redick didn't play him in the playoffs last year. He tried. It's just he just couldn't last, man. That guy just he had to take him out. You know what I mean? It wasn't working. And it could have been the matchup. You know what I mean? Maybe he just couldn't play against the Wolves. You know what I mean? But maybe he could have been effective against the Warriors, what I'm saying, if we played them next round, you know what I'm saying, it just depends on the matchup too. So
yeah, I agree. I
yeah. So, but we'll see. I think Bronny may get his minutes boosted up a little bit. You never know, especially if Gabe Vincent's still doing the same thing. I think Gabe Vincent, man, he got some stuff to prove. So, because if he doing the same thing last year, we already got Marcus Smart. I think is going to take a lot of his minutes. So, if he doing the same thing, Bronny going to be taking the rest of his minutes. The little minutes that he do get, Bronny going to be taking that. If Gabe Vincent don't step his ass up, so he better fix that problem. So. Look at this damn kid.
If you guys want to give your final takes, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show.
Well, my final take is I think the Lakers are definitely in contention. I think I don't the rankings are weird for where they got the Lakers at. They got the Lakers 10th overall, but then they got them like third or fourth. I think it's fourth in the West. So which is weird, but I think I think the Lakers are fine as right now. Like I said, I think a backup center is I, I think a backup center is would put would put icing on the cake. I don't think it's needed. I just think it's just something that that I want just in for a just in case. You know what I mean? Because like again, you get into the playoffs, man. A, a lot of the guys are gonna end up playing like high 30s, and when it comes down to minutes, you know what I mean? So I think a backup center is definitely wanted. I don't think it's super needed. Of course, it depends on the matchup though. So, but because Aiden, you never know. Aiden gonna be playing. He might play like 38 minutes a game or a night in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Of course, I don't want that in the regular season. So that's why for me, that's why I want that backup center. So, but I think the Lakers are decent as it is right now. I just think if we can make that extra move, I think that'll really just put us over the top. You know what I mean? So, but it's not gonna be easy. Not gonna be easy. Everybody comes at the Lakers with force. So, but we'll be all right.
Okay.
Appreciate that take, DJ.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go now or?
Yeah, you could go ahead. You could go ahead. I'll go last.
Yeah, I just didn't know order. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it short and simple. Like again, what I said about championship or bust. You know, sky's the limit with the Lakers. Like, DJ said earlier, what we did last year with no center, the half of the season, after the Anthony Davis trade, before Luka got in the game, we had G Leaguers out there competing, beating playoff teams that they had to win a championship. And we did it with Gooden and, a lot of G League players out there. And so for, again, us being the third seed and not people giving us credit. And now we got, like DJ said, we have a pliable center who can dominate the paint, who has a beautiful jump shot. And you know what I'm saying? And we did that. Just think now, because D8 is going to he's going to draw double team. I mean, Luka's going to draw double teams. And so when you look at the whole aspect of it, it's going to be a beautiful thing to see Luka throw lobs to Aiden. And then you got Jackson Hayes coming off the bench, catching lobs when we have our fast break game, running the floor. And I think if we can get that and lock that second seed, either second or third, but I think we're going to get the second seed. I think we can win a championship because now we get that home court advantage. And so it puts you in a position to where, you're in a good place. Once you get that second, second seed, you get the home court advantage and it just puts you in a good spot. So I think, Marcus Smart's going to be coming off the bench. He's going to be teaching. Bronny James is going to be, he's got a bigger role this year. Some people say, well, what do you mean? But I think Bronny James he's going to have a bigger role. And so I think it's going to be a good season for us, an exciting season of basketball. And we're going to get back to the Laker days where we used to run teams out the gym with Magic. So it's going to be beautiful.
I agree. Dom, Lee, you want to give your final take?
Yeah, I agree with everything both of those gentlemen said, and I think one thing that the Lakers are doing a great job with is developing the players that we do have. You have a lot of teams in the league presently who makes a lot of trades. They make a lot of trades. They do a lot of changing and so on and so forth. but we stick to our guns. And with this group that we have, I look forward to see what's to come. You know, we have Jackson Hayes, we have Enton, and I agree. You know, having a backup center would definitely be great. But I look forward to what's to come. Like I said in the beginning, you know, coming out the gate, we're definitely top five. But once we get that chemistry going, that camaraderie is locked in, and those wheels spinning, watch out. The rest of the league needs to watch out. So yeah.
Great, great take. Thank you for that. So this will include tonight's show. If you guys have a channel, please make sure you guys follow my brother DJ Lakers in 5 Major Level Entertainment, and stay tuned for more interviews. As I always say, I'm a Ride or Die Lakers fan for life. Thank you to Dom Lee for coming on, for Major, DJ, and Preacher Man. Thank you.
Yeah, salute, Laker girl. Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you for having us.
You're welcome.